You know, this is a story of a kid who was just kind of closeted as a nerd. Now he's transforming into a Hulk. There's no nerds in my family. They were the opposite of nerds. Didn't have comic books growing up. I wasn't exposed to it. I wasn't allowed to, really. So I just kind of kept it in. And I think that's why I'm having such an explosion of nerddom now. As a kid, I used to want to act out little plays or skits in my head. And I would always act out like I was the Hulk. I would do like the Hulk transformation. I remember in 7th, 8th grade, I had a huge growth spurt over summer and my shoe size wouldn't stop growing. My mom hated it. But it was about in the 9th or 10th grade and I started playing football and lifting weights, getting bigger, grew 2 or 3 inches tall, and I got bigger than most of the people in my family. Cosplay came in when I got out of the Army in 2012. My friends invited me to this really nice Halloween costume party, and there was a costume contest. If you came in, you can win some money. It's like, okay, well, I'll try. My try turned into something a little bit more, and I made a pretty substantial costume, and it was a hit. I won the money, and it looked really good. My second costume was Thor. I did my own version of Thor, and that was my first time using craft foam and Warblood and more usual cosplay supplies. It's just been trial and error. And what's been really, really great is social media and having these great cosplayers to look up to that will put this stuff out, of how they made their stuff. They don't keep it in, they put it out for everybody. And I wanted to do something bigger. I wanted to do Colossus from the X-Men. And after wearing Colossus for the first time and getting the reaction I got out of people, I felt like I could do those big characters. It just took over my cosplay ideologies. I just do the bigger characters I don't see too often, and people can believe that I'm that character. This costume is the second version of the costume I've made. First one I made when I was still pretty new into cosplay. This time around, I wanted to make it as lightweight and easy to wear as possible to save myself the hassle. The helmet's out of foam, the shoulder armor, the arm armor, everything's out of foam. The war kilt is out of foam as well. Pauldron is actually the original one from the original cosplay. I did the same bronze color to it to make it match the helmet and weathered it the same way. And then I took the original feather topper and applied it. Hulk is probably the hardest cosplay to do because he's human to an extent, but all of his facial features are very caveman, very big, heavy brows, large jaw, huge hands, big size. It's a very difficult character to pull off and people to go, that's Hulk. Go up the escalator and see the waiting line and everybody just goes. They'll move out of your way. That's when you know you really sold them on the characters, when they're like, whoa, and they just like, okay, you can go.
Oh, that looks so accurate. Like, he's even a pretty big guy. That was really cool. His shoulder piece, it looked really heavy. So like, how is he not walking lopsided?
I love watching the photos on Instagram and you look in the background and people going, just frozen in time.
He walks as the Hulk, so he has the whole stature. It's interesting to see everyone's reaction. People get scared whenever they see him coming, and then they see me. It's a little overwhelming because he's quite a bit bigger than I am, especially with the costume on, so it fits.
If I'm in cosplay, I try to be in character also. And so a lot of these characters and cosplays that I do are very intimidating and imposing and maybe more of the strong, silent type guys. And so I just kind of walk around the con trying to be that, just exude that. The fans that I have in person that come up to me are the ones who want to see how big I am. Like, I see how big this guy is.
Like, I actually came because he was going to be here. It's actually rare to see him at a con, so to see his work, I definitely will make the trip.
I have one of the greatest followings of friends and family, and constantly give me great support, great feedback. The best part is the kids. When you walk up to the kids, seeing that look in the shock and awe and amazement all together in one, it's very pure, it's very great and satisfying, and I hope that just a little bit of that keeps going on in their life and that they become cosplayers and nerds too. Seeing the suspension of belief and you kind of turn into a rock star and you become that character.